Shabbat Shalom u'muvarach, Bruchim habayim. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This week we're starting a brand new Sefer Devarim, starting with Parashat Devarim. And we know in this week's parasha, it's the end of the life of Moshe Rabbeinu, towards the end of his life, before Am Yisrael enters Eretz HaKodesh, Eretz Yisrael. And in the beginning of the parasha starts off with a few pesukim that Moshe Rabbeinu hints and rebukes Am Yisrael. Instead of screaming at them and giving them strong rebuke, he said it benachat, and he hinted to them the things that they did in the midbar, so on and so forth. The end of the parasha, actually the last pasuk in this week's parasha, Moshe Rabbeinu tells Am Yisrael, Lo tira'um, do not be afraid, ki Adonai Elohechem hu hanilchem lachem. Moshe Rabbeinu tells Am Yisrael, don't be afraid to enter Eretz Yisrael. It's a beautiful land. And what about the enemies that are there and the people that are there? HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to fight your battles. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to fight the war. So you have nothing to worry about. He gave words of encouragement, words of chizuk to Am Yisrael. What's the next pasuk? The next pasuk is next week's parasha, the following parasha. Va'et Chanan. Va'et Chanan el Adonai ba'et ha'i lemor. We know what does Va'et Chanan start with? Moshe Rabbeinu begging HaKadosh Baruch Hu to let him enter Eretz Yisrael and give him the chance to be in the Holy Land, Eretz HaKodesh. The Parashat Devarim says, what connection these two pesukim? When a parasha connects, there's usually a connection from one ending to the beginning. What connection to this? The Parashat Devarim explains that Moshe Rabbeinu, before he asked HaKadosh Baruch Hu for such a great thing, he said, I need to have a zechut, I need to have an extra merit. So what did he do? What did Moshe Rabbeinu do? He went and encouraged Bnei Israel. He gave chizuk to Bnei Israel. We have to think about it. Who's Moshe Rabbeinu? Moshe Rabbeinu speaks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, panim el panim. The Gemara says that there was no one who accomplished more in his lifetime than Moshe Rabbeinu. We know Moshe Rabbeinu was the greatest Navi. He needed extra points to speak to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He needed an extra push to speak to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to give him a bigger chance. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will answer him. So what did Moshe Rabbeinu do? He gave chizuk to Am Yisrael. He gave words of encouragement. Moshe Rabbeinu said, now that I gave chizuk to Am Yisrael, maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to listen to me. What lesson do we learn from here? What is Moshe trying to teach us? The Torah is teaching us how powerful it is when we encourage another Jew, when we give a nice word to another person. The Bet Yosef, the Shulchan Aruch, says in his Sefer, we know the famous pasuk that says, Lo yavo Amoni u'Moavi bekal Hashem. The nation of Moab and Ammoni, no one from that nation could come marry to Am Yisrael, cannot convert until today. What's the reason? What did they do so bad? What did this nation do so horrible in God's eyes that they cannot marry into us? We cannot marry them and they can't even convert. What does the pasuk say? Al devar asher lo kadmu etchem balechem u'bamayim. You know what's the reason that this nation cannot marry us for generations, forever and ever? Because when we passed by them in the midbar, they didn't give us bread and water. So the Bet Yosef asks, I don't understand. I have a simple question. Didn't the Jews already have bread and water? Didn't the Jews have the Be'er Miriam? Didn't the Jews have the man? They didn't need bread and water. So why are we getting so upset? Why are we so bent over that they didn't offer Am Yisrael bread and water? We already had bread and water. We didn't need it. There has to be something else. So the Bet Yosef explains, you know what it was? It was on the Devar. It was, you're right, Am Yisrael had bread. We had water. But when you see a nation passing by you, you see a nation of thousands of people, women and children, walking and traveling, and you could see that they're tired. You couldn't give them a nice word of encouragement. You couldn't tell them Chazak u'Baruch. You couldn't tell them continue your travels, continue your journeys. You couldn't give them any words of chizuk, words of encouragement. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, for that reason, because you couldn't say a kind word, for that reason, no Jew could marry into this nation ad olam. So what do we see from here, Rabotai? What do we see from Moshe? What do we see from this nation? How important it is to give encouragement. And it's so easy today. It's so easy today to speak to people. It's so easy to get on the phone. It's so easy we see people all the time. We talk 24/7. Is it so hard to give words of encouragement? Is it so hard to give chizuk to another person? Moshe Rabbeinu said, I want to have a better chance of my tefillot being answered, I'm going to give chizuk to Am Yisrael. And that's what he did. We see how important it is. Rabotai, you see someone in Bet Knesset, you see someone in the Bet Midrash, you see someone who doesn't always come on Shabbat, you see someone who doesn't always come in the morning to tefillah, doesn't always come to learn. Is it so hard to say, wow, it's so good to see you here, keep it up, Chazak Baruch, you're doing amazing, Hashem loves you, we love you. Is it so hard to say that? When it comes to screaming at people, it's very easy, we could talk forever. But is it so hard to say words of encouragement? What do we want our children to see, Rabotai? Do we want our children to see of us not saying anything and we only speak when it's negative? So they're going to be ungrateful too. A lot of people complain our children are ungrateful today. But if children see their parents giving them words of encouragement, giving other people words of encouragement, Jew, non-Jew, children, adults, when a child sees his parents does that, he goes, wow, my parents are grateful. My parents give words of encouragement. They care. And especially to your children, that's all they want to hear. Words of encouragement, Rabbodai. It could be one word. It could be one sentence. It does not have to be a speech. Give a little bit of chizuk. You see a Jew that's down. We know people that are down, unfortunately. Whether something happened, big, small, give them a little bit of words of chizuk. Give them a phone call. How are you doing? How are you feeling? When someone's sick, give them a call. It used to be a big thing. Today, no one does this anymore. Maybe we send a text. A text doesn't mean anything. Pick up the phone. Give words of encouragement. You see someone in Bet Knesset. You see someone doing something good. Say thank you. Wow. Explain to them how much you appreciate it. You don't know how far it goes. We have now the fast of Tisha B'Av. Bezat Hashem, we won't be fasting this year. Mashiach will come now. Does it hurt us that we don't have the Bet HaMikdash, Rabotai? This is the reason. This is one of the reasons. Sinat Chinam. Free hatred for no reason. We want ahavat chinam. Yes, even though I don't know you, but I still love you because you're a Jew and because you're my brother. So we have to realize if we work on this, if we want the Bet HaMikdash to come, if we want Mashiach to come, we have to give words of encouragement. We have to say a good word to people. We have to try more and more and make it a second habit. And Be'ezat Hashem, if we do this, and if we give encouragement to our children, if we give encouragement to the people around us, Hashem will bring us the Mashiach, Hashem will bring us the Geulah now. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.